Hi everybody, and welcome to the next lesson here in the Full Song Workshop program. Now for the last few days you've been basing your way through the song, and hopefully also been combining that with the stretching the melody trick, so really combining those two together. And you probably found that it already really increases your solo ability, that it's a cool way to sort of stretch the melody for a little bit and then bass your way for a little bit and then combine the two for a little bit, and this already gives you some cool abilities. It's nice, it gives a lot of confidence to know where you are in the song and knowing what the bass player is doing and knowing the 1, 3 and the 5 of every chord. It's great, right? So now we're going to extend that a little bit. Obviously, you know, I gave you this which has all these sort of shortened versions of the chords. Now you can use the link here below the video and you can download the sheet with all the full extended chords. So as you can see, for example, we were playing E minor 9, or sorry, E minor as the first chord so far, 1, 3, 5, but of course it's actually E minor 9 that's played in the song. So it's actually, instead of, it's, and that 9, that F sharp, gives a lot of color. You know, it's really the icing on top of the cake, these extensions of the different chords. So now we want to integrate those into the two exercises that we've been doing before, basing our way and stretching the melody a little bit, but now using also the extensions. So your exercise for the next few days is this. First, of course, we have to find the notes. Now that's easy. You've got the sheet right there in your hands, and these extensions work the same way. So if you see 9 or 13, don't get confused by this. The 9 is just, you know, one note higher than the 8. So it's just saying a 1 but an octave higher. You know, that's how we communicate this. So that's really simple. Just keep counting on, and for the 9 it's just one whole tone higher. You know, and if a 9's flattened, well then it's half a note lower, and if a 9's sharp, then it's actually you know, half a note higher, etc. So it all works the same with these higher numbers than 8. Don't get confused by any of that. Now once you know which notes it are, so for the E minor 9 for example, you know, it's the F sharp, and add those to your practice. So when you're basing your way, play not just 1, 3, 5, but really switch it up now. You know, play 1, 3, 9 or 9, 3, 1 or 9, 3, 5 and see what this is. I could tell you some different things like this works and this doesn't work, but actually it's a great experience to just try all the different combinations yourself. Try the different rhythms, try the whatever, you know, sort of type of music and type of rhythm feel you like, and see what happens, because you'll explore and you'll discover for yourself a lot of really cool abilities with just playing the 1, the 3 and the 5 and the 9 or the 7 or whatever it happens to be in the chord, maybe the 13. And you'll see some very interesting effects with that. So, you know, have fun adding that to your practice. And when you're playing the melody, when you're stretching the melody really, try to add these notes also. You know where you are now when you're playing, you know where you are in the harmony. So you know I'm playing E minor 9 or, you know, F minor 9 or G minor 9 or, you know, we have an A suspended 9 also in there. And you know where you are when you're playing it. So try to incorporate within your solos at least once every bar the extension note. So if you're playing A minor 9, try to incorporate the F minor in your run, in your solo, in your line that you're playing at least once when you're in this bar, and try to do that for every bar. And you'll see that that really gives a great sense of, wow, this musician really knows what they're doing. They really know where they're going. They know what they're playing. They know the full chord. They know the full scale that they're in at every point in the song. And that really gives this effect that, you know, we all marvel at when we see jazz players running through the progression, where you really get this feeling, wow, they know exactly what they're doing. Well, that's what we're building towards here. So adding these extensions to these two practices and you know, practicing it separately, so just basing your way with playing 1, 3, 9, 9, 3, 5, all these different combinations. And then stretching the melody and thinking very consciously, well, I'm in an E minor 9 bar, I'm going to use the F sharp at least once, and, you know, doing that for every bar, except of course for the chords where there's no extensions. If it's a D, you can just play the 3 or the 5 or whatever you want, but incorporate at least one chord note, so 1, 3, 5, 9, whatever, into each line that you're playing in each bar, because that sort of grounds you, and that's really something that's important when you're playing jazz and when you're improvising. So try that. Those are your two exercises. Basing your way again, but adding the extensions and stretching the melody, but also adding these extended notes. And you'll see that it really starts to sound cool now. If you really sort of practice this for a few days, you'll find that you really get some cool abilities and that you're really getting close to this sort of jazzy sound. And also, if you have a keyboard, listen to the chords a lot. You can play them as arpeggios, that's fine, it's cool, but this is really the point in this program really where I cannot emphasize enough how important it is to have at least some cheap keyboard, because you can do this, you can just hit the pedal and just do and listen to the music, you know. You can pick up your saxophone and just go and really find all the cool notes and find how they sound against a background of that full chord. And it's almost impossible to do that if you don't have any background. You can use a CD, of course, but then you don't have the ability to sort of really freeze in one chord and just keep playing that one chord over again and then go to the next one. You know, or just practicing, which we'll also do in the next lesson much more, but just practicing one hop from one bar to the next and go. And really find the transitions and find what sounds cool on these transitions. It's great to have some kind of keyboard or piano, no matter what it costs, even if it's the cheapest thing. It just helps so much to do that. So again, I want to really advise you find something, because that'll just, you know, it's so worth it in the end. So those are your exercises. Have fun with that again. Solo your ass off also, you know, just try to combine the two exercises again as much as you want, using the loop recording as a backdrop and just, you know, practicing that rhythmically. It's a great practice. And in the next session, we're really going to stack up the harmony and the melody against each other and see how the melody really navigates the harmony and where really the heavy points are and where we can do some really cool you know, tricks and stuff with our solo. So that in the next session. Have fun with this for a few days, and I'll see you again.